Hello everybody, I am here with a Decklist video, taking a little break from the music content to talk about one of my casual builds I enjoy playing with some friends and at locals from time to time. Voiceless Nemleria, or Dreaming Voiceless Voice, or however you want to call this. In this video I'm going to go over the Decklist and the combo with this build. Just want to preface this. This is not a competitive build by any means. I have a lot of fun playing this build with friends and like going to like Yu-Gi-Oh! Nights or whatever. And I hope that you will get the same kind of enjoyment that I do out of this build. So let's get right into it. Starting off with the Voiceless Voice side of things, we are playing a 3-up of Low Prayers of the Voiceless Voice. This is our 1-card starter, so obviously this is going to be a 3-up. We play 1 Skull Guardian and 1 Soravis for our rituals in the Voiceless Voice package. We play 1 Saphira, Dragon Queen of the Voiceless Voice, which enables our ritual summons in the combo line. 2 Prayers of the Voiceless Voice, so that we can keep Saphira online. If this wasn't a thing, we'd probably run this at 1, but we need to make sure if we hard draw one of these, we need to make sure that we keep 1 in the deck. And we play 1 Barrier of the Voiceless Voice to round out the whole Voiceless Voice package. Moving on to the Nemleria engine, we are running 3 Dreaming Nemleria. This is our 1-card starter here. You set her in the pendulum zone, that sets you up with the towers, and gets you going. We run 2 Reviels. This is our trap setter. This is our only level 10 beast that can summon itself without Dreaming Nemleria in the extra deck. So I think having multiples of this is pretty good. We run 2 Couettes. This is our Omni Negate that targets a Nemleria card. I run 2 so that I have 1 set aside to discard or pitch for the other engines in this build, which I will talk about soon. We run 1 Oriler. This is basically a dead card. It's more fodder, but in some niche scenarios we can use Oriler to swing for game, so we only run 1 of him. And we run 1 Dreaming Reality of Nemleria Realize. This will help us set up Dreaming Nemleria in the extra deck. It will also Book of Moon some of our opponent's monsters, so we can search this out with the trap that we searched through Reviel. At 1, this is a good card. We also run 3 Sweet Dreams Nemleria. This is also a 1-card starter because it searches Dreaming Nemleria, so this is a 3-up. We run 2 Dream Towers. We would run this at 1, but we need to make sure we keep 1 in the deck so that Dreaming Nemleria stays live. So this is a 2-up for us. And then our trap is Nemleria Love. We will set this through Reviel. When we activate this, it will special summon Dreaming Realized and lets us set up or create interruption for our opponent. Moving on to the next engine, we are running a Nadir Servant package with 3 Nadir Servants and 2 Dogmatica Maximus. We run 2 Maximuses for the same reason we run 2 copies of the other cards. We need to make sure that we keep Nadir Servant live, so if we top deck a Maximus, we have 1 in the deck waiting for us. We also run 2 Maximus because Maximus is our bridge for Small World. We run 3 copies of Small World because through Maximus we can search any of our 1-card starters. We can search Low with Small World, we can search Dreaming Nemleria with Small World, which I will explain that later on in the video. But this Small World is really good at bridging the 2 engines together so that you can make sure that you have your both 1-card starters in both engines. We are running 1 for 1. We would not use this to search Dreaming Nemleria because we don't want Nemleria on the field. We're using this to special summon low. We run 1 pot of Prospe to help us dig for the 1 card starters. And then for non-engine, we are running 3 copies of Super Poly because we don't really care about our extra deck here. So we're going to fill up the extra deck with a bunch of Super Poly targets. We run 2 Ashes, 2 Imperms, and the 1 Called By, putting us at a total of 42 cards here. Now moving on to the extra deck. Like I said, we don't really care about the extra deck here because we're spending the whole time sending monsters from the extra deck to face down banish to enable our Dreaming Nemleria stuff. But there are 2 cards that I think should be constant in every build, and that is Garura, Wings of Resonant Life, and Tri-Brigade Ferry. Because these are going to help us dig. Through Nadir Servant, we send a Garura to search out Maximus, and then Garura will let us draw. Farit, when it's sent to the graveyard, will let us draw and send a card back to the deck. So these are good for digging. As for the rest of the extra deck, you can really throw in whatever you feel like. I'm running a Titaniclad if I want to search another Maximus, Elder Entity Intis for some interruption. I'm running a Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, Mud Dragon of the Swamp, and Predaplant Dracostapelia for Super Poly targets. Frame Lord Omega and a Cloud Beast Malong. These are both interruptions through Nadir Servant. And then since we are playing some level 10s, Gustav Max if we want to try to swing for game, and since we have the Gustav Max, I'm also running a Juggernaut Lieb, a Super Dimensional Robot Galaxy Destroyer, and Varudras, the final bringer of the end times, level 10 XZs. And then 1 more card for the Nadir Servant target, Mirror Logic Aggregator, for some more interruption on our turn 1, turn 2. Now the first thing I'm going to showcase here is just what the 2 engines can do on their own. So we have both of our 1 card starters, we have Low, and we have Dreaming Nemleria. I would typically start off with the Voiceless package first, because this will give us an Omni Negate before we go into Dreaming Nemleria. So we normal summon Low. Low will let us place a Barrier of the Voiceless Voice. Barrier will add a Saphira Queen, Dragon Queen, to our hand. We'll use the Dragon Queen, discard it, and send a Prayers to the graveyard. It will search us a Skull Guardian. Here we can do Saphira's effect in the graveyard, banish her to tribute Low, and special summon or ritual summon the Skull Guardian, which will trigger the Low to re-special summon itself. This gives us a 4100 beater with an Omni Negate attached to it. Something that's important to remember, when this guy is summoned, you do get to search a Voiceless Voice monster. Search Cerevis, this is a hand trap. So now that we have our Omni Negate on field, we can then go into our Nemleria combo. We scale the Nemleria, activate the effect. It will place the Dream Tower to the field, and she will send herself to the extra deck. Activate Dream Tower effect. We'll banish 2 from our extra deck face down to search 2 level 10 beasts. We'll go Couette and Reviel here. You'll almost always search Reviel. Reviel will inherently special summon itself by banishing 3 from the extra deck, and then we can use his effect on field. We'll send the Couette to the graveyard to set our Nemleria Love, and this is what the combo looks like on its own. No other cards in hand. The set Love, Skull Guardian, Omni Negate, Barrier adds some protection. Dream Tower will protect my Nemleria guys. Every time one would be destroyed by a battle or card effect, I can banish 1 from the extra deck instead. Cerevis is a bounce. On my opponent's turn, Love will activate to special summon the Realized, and then on summon it will Book of Moon a monster of my choosing. And yeah, this is what the full combo, no other cards. Here I'm going to show you how you can turn Small World into any of your 1 card starters, and you can do so with any of these cards in hand. Small World states that you reveal exactly 1 card in your hand and choose a monster from your deck that has exactly 1 of the same type, attribute, level, attack, or defense. Banish it, repeat it, and then you add that 3rd card to your hand. So if you have, like, say, Low, let's say you draw 2 copies of Low, you can reveal Low, one of your extra copies, use Maximus as your in-between because they're both light, they don't share a level, they don't share a type, they don't share attack or defense. This is a valid target. And then you can use Maximus to get into your Nemleria. Again, they share light, they don't share any other qualities. And you can do that vice versa. You can also do it by starting off with Maximus, but you would instead search out Kuet. They both share light, no other qualities. And then this will get you either one of these, because the only thing that these 2 cards share in common with Kuet is that they're both light. This is how we use Small World to bridge the 2 engines together. So now that we've gone over the deck list and we've gone over some of the cards and some of the tech, I am now going to do a couple of test hands just so that you can see how the deck runs in action. And our opening hand is pretty good. We have our Nemleria starter, we have Small World, and we have a monster that we can use Small World. We'll go ahead and do Small World. We will reveal Kuet, and we will go for Maximus, banish the Kuet, and then we will go for Low, banish the Maximus, and now we have both 1-card starters in the hand, and we just go combo from here. Low for the continuous, barrier for Saphira. We activate Saphira, sending it to the graveyard, as well as a ritual spell from the deck, and that will search us Skull Guardian. Saphira effect. Tribute the Low to special summon Skull Guardian, Chainlink 1, Low, Chainlink 2, special the Low, and we search Soravis. Then we activate Sweet Dreams Nemleria, and we search Dreaming Nemleria. Scale it for a tower. Look, we hard drew the tower, so it's a good thing we are running 2, so that Dreaming Nemleria stays online. We go from deck to field the tower. She'll self-destruct to the extra deck. We'll activate tower. Banish 2 for the search 2. We have a Reviel already, so we can search Oriler, and we can search Kuet. We'll inherent summon Kuet just so that we get another negate on board before we go Reviel. Banish 3 from the extra deck. Reviel will send the Oriler to the graveyard so that we can set the trap, and that is where we end. We have a target negate, we have a pretty big level of protection here. This is just a body Omni negate on my opponent's turn. Activate Love, special summons are Realize, Books of Moon, my opponent. Every time my opponent tries to destroy a Nemleria monster, Nemleria Tower will send an extra deck monster to face down banish. We want to empty out the entire extra deck, because when the extra deck is empty, we can activate Nemleria, which will special summon itself to the extra monster zone, and then this card will banish it's going to banish 1 card non-target from my opponent's field or graveyard for every 3 face-down banish cards we have, which I think is crazy. Let's get one more test hand in before we end this video. We've got a Servant, a Reviel, a 1-for-1, a Prayers, and another Nadir Servant. We've got our 1-card starter for Voiceless. Let's see if we can dig for the other 1-card starter. So Nadir Servant will send Garura for a Maximus. Garura is going to trigger because it was sent to graveyard. It's going to let us draw 1 card. Halfway decent shuffle. And our 1 draw is going to be a Super Poly. Not the worst thing we could have drawn, but not what I wanted. But we can get another draw. We can go Maximus effect, banish the Garura to special summon itself, and then we'll go Maximus effect. We'll send, both players will send 2 monsters from the extra deck to the graveyard, we'll send Farid and Titaniclad. We'll do chain 1 Farid and chain 2 Titaniclad. Titaniclad will search us our second copy of the Maximus, and then Farid will give us a draw and a send back to the deck. We draw 1. We drew an Imperm, also not the worst thing we could have drawn, but wasn't what I was looking for, unfortunately. But we'll send the Maximus back to the deck, and we'll hold on to these non-engine cards. So from here, we just go the Voiceless voice route. We go 1 for 1, we'll send the Maximus, special summon a low. Low will do the low thing, place the barrier. Barrier will search a Saphira, discard the Saphira, and a Prayers. Notice we have a Prayers in hand, so the fact that we have that second Prayers in the deck is good, because we can only send from the deck, and that will search us a Skull Guardian. We'll do Saphira effect, and we will tribute the low to special summon, ritual summon the Skull Guardian, chain 1, chain 2, special, and search us Cerevis. And then we do have a Reviel in hand, so we will go ahead and do that. Inherent summon by banishing 3 from the extra deck. That, but because we don't have an extra level 10 that we can send, we don't get the trap search. We'll set the Super Poly and the Imperm, and we will pass turn with that. I appreciate you hanging with me today, letting me talk about one of my builds. Like I said, I do enjoy playing this build with friends, and I hope that you will get the same enjoyment out of this as I do. If you like content like this, be sure to leave a like, subscribe. I do this and I also do music stuff. This is more like a side thing for me. My main thing is music, so if you like some rock or heavy metal music, check out my channel for more stuff. Yeah, I appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.